So a few years ago, you guys spoke about bringing back Scribble Jam.
Yeah.
But what happened?
You're talking about like back in the
yeah.
thousands. Nick, I don't know how it was Nick that came up. Nick was like, we should do it again. And I'm like, I don't know about that shit. But all right, fuck it. And so, because people ask you all the time, you gotta do it again. We would do it again if people donated. That was the thing. There was like a GoFundMe or whatever it was at that moment for it. And for as many views as there were, I was like, if everyone that viewed it gave a dime, we would have had more than enough money to do the whole event, pay everybody, and let everyone in free. But you know how kids are. So I go, yeah, it'll comment like, it would be great to come to Scribble Jam. Don't have any money. And so that was the problem. We might have raised, a few $1,000s, but that wasn't enough to do anything with, and you don't get it if you didn't hit your goal. And the goal was like $100,000 or $200,000 or something like that, which wouldn't have really been enough, but it would have been close enough to get it going. So we tried and no one really wanted to give any money. So
this was on Kickstarter?
Yeah, Kickstarter. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. Because like even the GoFundMe for the documentary, it's like the goal is 40,000 and it's like at 6,000.
See?
So it's like basically to your point, what you were talking about. So this explains why 2008 is basically the last year that the event happened because of financials.
And so here there's man, what is this fucking name? There's another festival here. And it's like a indie rock type thing, you know what I mean? And that dude basically had his festival every year like we did Scribble. And like he's cool and the festival was really cool and shit. And but he would fucking hustle. And so, we had all the money. Like we could get the sponsorship money to pull off parts of the event, like transportation, plane tickets, paying, 40 people were playing. You have to pay 40 acts. So a lot of money went into it. And, you get sponsors to pay for that. And that dude would hustle every year. And we were notoriously lazy about getting it going. So every year we'd be like, I don't know. And we'd start late, but those sponsors would be waiting. But that dude hustled so hard every fucking year that 2008, he got all the sponsorship money. And then they're like, oh, you guys can't have the money till next quarter. So we had to have Scribble Jam like the last year. We had it in like October, which was kind of cold. And not that it sucked, but it was not as fun as it had been. And that was the last year because that dude's hustle, now he was going to get the money. And I think he still has it. I don't really remember, but like, honestly, we were fucking relieved. You know what I mean? The next year came around and we didn't have to think about it at all because when nobody going to give us no money to do it. And cats were going like Tony and Nick and they were going in their own pockets to fund it the last couple of years. Parts of it.
In the beginning, you guys wouldn't accept like corporate sponsorships and all that stuff, right? Like it wasn't until like Toyota and Scion, like they sponsored one year.
Yeah. We had our girl named Tiff, and that's what she did. She could corral sponsors for you. And so we had never, I'm sure we would all tell you, yeah, fuck, we don't know fucking sponsors. And loosely translated probably means, we don't know how to get sponsors. Well, I'm telling you the truth. That's probably, when I think about it, that's probably true because I would, now I might know how to go into the fucking corner store and get that dude to, give us $200 for some shit. But, like, I ain't know how to get no sponsors.
But a big company or something like that.
But Tiff did. And, yeah, because I remember getting there and I'm like, what's with that fucking boot card thing? The Scion, what's that fucking boot shit? Like they're sponsoring. I'm like, Scion? What the fuck's that? There's Toyota or whatever. And I'm like, oh, so what'd they do? They parked their cars here and, banner placement and then gave up a bunch of money, which paid for plane tickets. And like I said, it's like, 40 acts. And then, but the bonus was, we didn't really have to do anything other than put a banner up. And then as long as you gave them like a placement on like the back of the DVD, powered by Scion, they really didn't have people there that gave a fuck. Like, the people that were there were like, this is fun as fuck. You know, they were there having a good time, and it worked. And that was like the years where the battle prizes were like $5,000 and $10,000. Because they coughed. That's where it paid for all the acts and then paid for the fucking, you know, cats to come in battle and actually go back with some actual money, which was cool, like I said. But yeah, we didn't have any idea how to do that. And that's probably what happened. Tiff hooked it up. And it was never really that bad. The only thing that was ever bad was Zune.
Oh, Microsoft.
The little like
Yeah.
iPod. They sent those commercials are still on YouTube. The Zune, the social. There's one filmed in my basement. There's one filmed at Scribble. There's one filmed at the barbecue at Scribble. Like, the whole launch was based on Scribble Jam. So they showed up and they had a team that was filming an underground documentary. And we're like, yeah, okay. You know, they were introduced to everybody and they're like, so can we come out to your house tomorrow before Scribble and film? So the crew's all there practicing their shit. We're going over the big routine. They filmed all that, and then they broke out these little Zune things. And they're showing us to them, and we're like, it's kind of like a really janky iPod, and it was really dumb. And
it wasn't very sleek like the iPod was.
It was like a fucking garage door opener. That's what it reminded me of in my hand. And so they asked us to sign like a release for a documentary about underground music and not talk about the Zune. I'm like, yeah, okay. And just like a page and a half. So it wasn't like this. It was 2 pages and we read it all. I'm like, yeah, that's all standard and normal. No big deal. And we'll get you a Zune. Cool. Whatever. Couple months go by. And then the Zune ads come out. And everyone from Merce to you name it is in there. Because they filmed at Scribble. And so Merce had the attorney look into it, like, because we're all thinking like class action lawsuit, because no one signed off to be in commercials. You signed to be in a documentary about underground music, and you wouldn't talk about the garage door opener. But they turned it into the whole product launch. And then the contract came back, and it's like this. And the very last page is the page you signed, and the other 49 in front of it you never saw. And that was where you're like, yeah, fuck, this is slime. That's the shit they're talking about when you think like slimy ass sponsors. That was the slimiest. And they're like, well, we can sue them. I'm like, you do know that Zune is fucking Microsoft. We're not going to win shit. Like, they're either going to offer some money up or they're going to tell you to fuck off, come and get me. And fuck off, come and get me is what they did. So there was no lawsuit. And you just, every now and then, they'll be like, hey, man, aren't you the dude in the Zune commercial? Like, why do you know that?
Like, why do you know that?
Did you have a Zune? Like, I know one dude that had a Zune.
Yo, I knew one person that had one too. That's
one. And he didn't hang out with anybody. Just alone with his Zune.
Oh my God. It was such an inferior product.
Yes, it was.
It was such an inferior product, man.
Shit.